All right, well, Cloud9 continues to pick up steam right now. I'm joined by Hi for the first interview in a little bit. Hi, just beat Dignitas. They're standing awkwardly next to us right now, so they'll hear everything you say about them. But you know, what happened in that game?
Well, we got a lot of kills early game because they did a bad dive bottom, and that kind of snowballed the game very heavily in our favor. Their jungler died and then gave our AD carry a double buff, so then their bot lane inherently loses from that as well. And their top laner was down there, and I was just getting farmed top. So they just kind of made a misplay early game that kind of snowballed the game in our favor.
Today, CLG upset Immortals. I was kind of talking to, I think it was Double or Afro about how this always ends up happening where, you know, it looks like there's some strong teams at the beginning, and then at the end, like Cloud9, TSM, CLG, they all kind of make their run ahead of playoffs. Is that what's happening with you guys? Or everything stabilizing and you'll be in a really good place for playoffs?
Well, to be fair to Cloud9, we started a little bit rough, but I want to say that may or may not be my fault. Nah, just kidding.
Because you weren't in the games, is that what happened?
I'm just kidding. Nah, but I think TSM, CLG, and C9 have always been solid teams. So as the games go out more, like, you might have a few blunders, but since you're a solid team, you'll, like, you know, get back to where you're supposed to be, which is at the top. Because if you're a top team, that's where you'll go. And that's basically what happens every split, you know? Like, teams do well, and then we get back onto our grind, the solid play, and then we come back to the top.
You guys play CLG tomorrow. The fun thing about these interviews is that people will watch them after you play CLG. But what do you think your guys' chances are, especially in light of their overthrowing the previous Immortal gods?
Well, as Rush likes to say, we're perfect players, and he references that to himself.
Right.
That would never make a mistake, never get mechanically outplayed or anything like that, you know? Yeah. So if you just have 5 perfect players, how do you lose? Yeah. So, yeah.
And your record is not undefeated, so
well,
it would imply that sometimes you aren't perfect players.
Gods can be killed too.
Is CLG now the god? I don't know. This metaphor is breaking down.
I mean, they've done that a lot in the past, actually. They broke our win streak. No,
what do you think
someone
about,
broke our win streak.
I like that
what?
That's what happened to me.
What do you think of? What do you think of Kiwi Kid's mustache?
I like it a lot. I complimented on him after the game. I was like, "Yo, I like your mustache, buddy." Yeah.
Kiwi Kid. Why do you have the mustache?
Yeah, I thought if I can match up to Bubba, then we can win. But nah, we got.
Solid effort.
Hey, don't cut that.
He said,
don't cut that.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably didn't get picked up.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
For the sake of our viewers.
Do you feel as though it's true that if he has the mustache, it gives him an advantage that he wouldn't normally have because of Bubba Dub's mustache?
Probably not. I don't think the power translates that way, you know?
Who's that guy sitting next to Rush on the thing?
He's our analyst named Oliver.
Oliver?
It's technically like Olivier. He's from Europe.
Olivier?
Yeah, Olivier. He's
Olivier?
Belgium?
Okay.
Belgium? Belgium. Yeah, but it's Olivier. He's fancy, you know?
He just responded in what sounded like a very American accent. He's like, just say Oliver.
Yeah, but he's European.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, what's going on the support side support staff side of Cloud9?
Well, we have a lot of people working for us. I want to say there's like 3 analysts, Lemon, Bubba, and a lot of people basically just helping us with like different things, like some math, some macro play, just a lot of different things. So I have a pretty big support staff.
That sounds relatively new, right? Like you built out this over the course of the split?
I think we had a lot of them starting last split, but I wasn't there for the majority of it.
I understand Charlie now doing content. Mm-hmm. This seems to be where people go whenever their coaching career ends. Are you going to do any content with Charlie?
Well, I like Charlie, so I don't know. If there's something, then of course, but I haven't talked to him about it, and it's just new anyway, so we'll see how it goes.
The Keyblade earring, is that a Keyblade earring? Is that what Kiwi Kid was talking about?
Yes. Okay. Sure.
I don't know if it's going to show up because you're tilted away from the camera, but is that the good luck charm?
I don't know. I think I've won more games with it than I've lost with it, but then again, I've won more games than I've lost in general. But I like it. It's cool.
Well, clearly this interview is going off the rails. Is there anything that you would like to say to the Cloud9 fans out there?
Yeah. Oh, man, my voice cracked. Yeah. I swear it's because I'm sick. I actually am sick, though. But
okay. Before we get into what you're going to say to the fans, I want to point out, you said you're sick. I feel like on social media you've been doing a lot of like, oh, guys, like looking for something to do. Like, I want to go out tonight. I want to do something. This is very different than most pro players who stay in and are like, I've now basically taken like a monkish vow of living in a cave called a gaming house. You're very different. Is that true? Are you going out? You partying?
Well, I haven't this week, but I'm a very outgoing person. I probably one of the few players in NA that go clubbing. I don't really know any other ones that do. But I like going out a lot because when I was in college, I went out like every day. And it's fun. So I like doing things outside of playing the game too, as long as I'm keeping up with the game. I don't really get too much flack for it. So like, if I'm just partying and stuff and not playing, sure. But like, my performance is good. It's getting better. So it's hard to get flack when you're doing well and doing that, you know?
And you can actually keep it going because a lot of people couldn't go out on like a Friday night before LCS.
Well, I'm not really going out Friday night getting blasted. I might hang out with my friends or something, but I'm not really getting like drunk because I think that's kind of dumb. But I'm definitely like not opposed to like hanging out, getting dinner and stuff like that.
At some point in time, Bunny or Rush or someone tweeted that you were going on a date between scrims.
That was troll. I was just giving my friend her jacket back because she left it in my car, and I didn't even end up doing that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Back to the fans. Anything you want to say?
Thanks for supporting us, and thanks, Travis, for this interview. Congrats on your new gig at Yahoo.
Thank
it's my
you.
homepage, actually, for like the last 13 years or something. Yeah,
And you found that to be a valuable homepage.
yeah I love Yahoo. It looks good.
Yeah.
The content's, getting there. Since you're there, it'll get better, right?
Thank you. I mean, I think so.
I'm ready for
They
it.
seem happy.
Then let's do it.
Yeah. All right. This is Yahoo Esports.